Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I am back with Icehouse. And this song is called Great Southern Land. I pulled up the lyrics because Iva Davies writes the lyrics and had a quick look at them. Wasn't quite sure what they were talking about and did a little bit more looking, and it sounds like they're singing about Australia itself, the land itself, and referencing to the indigenous people too. So it will be very interesting to listen to. I will have a look at the lyrics, and I'll see what I can get out of them. I'm not sure. I didn't want to look into it too much and read other people's ideas at length, because then it'll color my own interpretation of what the song is. But let's have a listen to Icehouse. Don't forget to subscribe. Just hit that little button. Thank you for everyone who already has, and super thanks are also available. Let's go. Here we are, Great Southern Land, live in 2005. That's good.
Standing at the limit of an endless ocean, stranded like a runaway lost at sea. City on a rainy day down in the harbor, watching as the gray clouds shadow the bay. Looking everywhere 'cause I had to find you. This is not the way that I remember it here. Anyone will tell you it's a prisoner island, hidden in the summer for a million years. Great southern land.
Nice.
Burn you black. So you look into the land, it will tell you a story about a journey ended long ago. Listen to the motion of the wind in the mountains. Maybe you can hear them talking like I do. They're gonna betray you, they're gonna forget you. Are you gonna let them take you all that way? Great southern land, great southern land. You
I'll back it up a little bit. There's a good crowd there, a lot of proud Aussies, I think, waving their flags, and and I guess if he's singing about the land of Australia, then that makes sense. Good voice. I guess that's Iva Davies. I don't think I've seen him at this age singing. I think the other ones he was all younger, unless I've forgotten one. But good voice. The band sounds great too. Of course, with live, you're not always going to get the same produced sound, but it's fairly good.
gonna let them take you all that way. Great southern land, great southern land. You walk alone like a primitive man, and the naked world with sticks and stones. I see the hungry eyes. It's a hungry home.
Good shot.
I hear the sound of the strangers' voices. I see their hungry eyes. Their hungry eyes. Great southern land. Great southern land. They burn you black. Black against the ground.
into it.
with the ghost of time, and they burn you blind. Yeah, they burn you blind. Great Summerland, great Summerland, great Summerland, great Summerland.
All right, very good. Great voice still in 2005. See if I can back up somewhere. I'll just stop there. The guitar playing was really good too, and a couple of times I could hear it, but a lot of the time you couldn't because of the live version. Sometimes you never know with the recordings, but if you really paid attention, you could hear how great the guitar playing was too. And if you were there live, it would be different. Probably the sound would be different, but also you'd have the crowd to amp you up, and it looked like they were really into it. This could be another Australian anthem, I think, couldn't it? So we've had a few of those. Yeah, really well done. I like that, and Iva's voice is still really good here. Uh, I'm interested a little, but a little nervous to look at the lyrics because yeah, I'm not all that well today to start with, and so yet again. So we'll see what I can get out of the lyrics, but let's have a look now. Okay, Great Southern Land by Icehouse, songwriter Iva Davies. So, talking about Australia, it is a great land. I haven't been there. Had some extended family that was there. I think there are some of them still there, but I don't see those too much. And yeah, and I know there's a lot of critters in Australia. All right, standing at, oh, I wasn't talking about the people, by the way, but there, I'm sure there's lots of people too. Standing at the limit of an endless ocean, stranded like a runway lost at sea, city on a rainy day down in the harbor, watching as the gray clouds shadow the bay, looking everywhere because I had to find you. So, if it's talking about Australia, uh, yeah, because it's a continent, but it's also kind of an island and a country. It's all of those things at the same time, isn't it? Because it's surrounded by water, so it would seem like an endless ocean stranded like a runway, so it's not connected to any other country directly, by land. City on a rainy day down in the harbor. Are they talking about Sydney Harbor? Of course, probably one of the most famous bits of Australia known worldwide, sort of like Canada Niagara Falls and maybe the CN Tower or something like that, Toronto. But yeah, looking everywhere because I had to find you. This is not the way that I remember it here. Anyone will tell you it's a prisoner island hidden in the summer for a million years. So, yeah, I always grew up being told that Australia was for prisoners. That's how it started. I mean, they didn't say it was continuing, but that was a story that I always heard. And I guess some were sent there, but not nearly as many. I did that little quick history there of Australia, and that was interesting and fun. Uh, you can check that video out if you like. Hidden in the summer for a million years, Great Southern Land burned you black. Now, I'm not sure if they're talking about the land itself. I know there's a lot of drought in parts of Australia, or whether they're talking here about the indigenous people as well, or both. And the million years, before uh, people from Europe and other places came to colonize. Probably that's what they're talking about there. So you look into the land, it will tell you a story about a journey ended long ago. Listen to the motion of the wind in the mountains. Maybe you can hear them talking like I do. Is that ancestors, maybe? They're going to betray you. They're going to forget you. Are you going to let them take you over that way? So here, definitely, I think, probably talking about the colonizers that came. Great southern land, you walk alone like a primitive man and they make it work with sticks and bones. So, yeah, talking about Australia, in a sense, being a primitive man walking alone because of its geographic location and I guess the time it took for the rest of the world to come and steal it. I mean, settle it, you know. things like that. See their hungry eyes, it's a hungry home. I hear the sound of the stranger's voices. I see their hungry eyes. Their hungry eyes. They burned you black, black against the ground. Some of you can let me know more about what these really mean because I'm not entirely sure, and I don't want to extract things that might upset people. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Standing at the limit of an endless ocean. Okay, so this we saw before. Yeah, very good lyrics. Great southern land in the sleeping sun, you walk alone with the ghost of time while they burned you black, black against the ground, and they make it work with rocks and sand. I hear the sound of the strangers, yeah, their hungry eyes. Just looking for anything new, but I think it's what we saw before. Yeah, excellent lyrics talking about Australia and a little bit, I think, talking about the original peoples there and their history and what they left and their stories and their thoughts and how they made it work with very simple things that they didn't have and didn't need, I guess, all of the what was brought later. And then, as with so many places, including my country, Canada, United States, other places, change came in waves, and a lot of the original people were either died from diseases or were killed by the newcomers, and yeah, so there's a very hard and horrible history in many places, and lots to draw from that, and hopefully, I think just if we can figure out a way of moving on and you know I don't know what to say about reparations, and I'm not sure what's happened in Australia. I did hear a little bit about things in New Zealand and Australia, and there's things in Canada too. And yeah, it's a complicated subject, and people can get very excited on all sides of the issue. I don't know what the solution is. Wish I did, but I don't. But hopefully, everyone can find a way to move forward in the next coming centuries or whatever, and make it work, because Australia is from everything I have heard a great country. It's got a lot of amazing geography and resources, and of course the people are fantastic, like everywhere. They're not all going to be fantastic. I think you're going to find a few that aren't, but from my understanding, it's a great place. And from all of the viewers that I have from Australia, and a lot of the comments that I've had from various Australian viewers and New Zealand too, um, the yeah, I really like their sense of humor, and it reminds me very much of at least some of the older Canadians, the ones I know the most, I guess. But I work with young people all the time, so I guess I know the young people too. But there's a certain, I don't know, there's a certain humor, a certain attitude, and I like that about the viewers that I've heard from so far. So don't be afraid to let me know what you'd want to hear next, either from Icehouse or anyone else. Let me know how you're doing or any information, all of those fun things. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Keep listening, keep having fun. Bye bye for now.